aggressive into the lane, and more importantly, can unlock himself and try to play around that mid lane. I feel like if you're going to survive, Machi, eyes are still on Jensen, regardless of what the compositions are, because Gemini and Mission seem to be that tag team duo for Machi every single time. So regardless of it being Kassadin, Lee Sin, and the concern here is that if this game does go very late, itemization, I feel like, doesn't really favor TL here, as well as Pantheon tends to fall off the later.
Invade, so they're going to have to mix things up a little bit. They will walk into the enemy team, but still confident to step forward. Cktg leaping in. Big Pantheon level 1, Conqueror already proc. That's going to be first blood. TL fans love to see it. Have they lost a game yet when they started with a level 1 like this, Frosco? I don't think so.
100% when you go for the level 1 invade, and now the Cinna is really making sense to me right there, as it's back-to-back snares into Cktg picking up early. I just think that there's a world here where TL, if they play out this early game pretty passively and like no more kills or skirmishing, although as I say that, Cktg's sprinting at Gemini, you could see like a 2-level, 3-level difference between the junglers Broxa and Gemini soon.
Yeah, and luckily the balance team has already taken down Pantheon early game a little bit, but this is disgusting. They just killed Koala. Cktg is level 2 and has a support item. He's 1v1 in Lee Sin's in the jungle. He's one-tapping bards. This man is a monster. He says, Broxa, you don't even have to worry about it. He's still level 2.
He's just hunting for
He doesn't even
Gemini.
have the level 3 ability that lets him get away with all this stuff. Oh, no. Mission. It's time to run. He's going to choose who he dies to, and he's opted to die to Jensen and Broxa. That'll going to be the finisher there, and let's be honest, this game could have been close, it could have been tense, it could have been intense, and while certainly scaling isn't...
PK's been pulled.
You can also maybe try to take the Kassadin, but PK is going to be able to do a lot of damage here, Ornn-based damage. Pretty disgusting. The Sleep now coming in, the Shen could be coming in as well. They're going to let that one nap, and now they're going to follow through, and that's going to be a top lane dead as well. And again, no matter what Machi tried to do, Team Liquid have been one step ahead this entire game.
And Cktg is about to get on it too. They're looking for a dive.
Impact. Binding's going to connect, but the Shen can just taunt for the wall. They're immediately going to leap onto the Kassadin. Mission has no mana. That's going to be it. Jet's going to pick up that one on the backside, and Cktg now running to safety. Impact potentially in trouble here, getting lower and lower. Pull the blade through. No, instead flash out to safety. But TL, this much armor early on is maybe a little questionable. Fine, I guess, in the context of 1v1. Not quite as good when the jungler wants to rear his head on the top side of the map, but that's going to be a big ult in the mid lane. It happened so fast we couldn't even catch it.
But you can see it coming. They've got Koala, he's got ultimate. This is it. This is their moment for Machi to maybe get something back.
Impact. Still pretty tanky. Is he close enough to the wall to find the stun? Kick back through. Impact is going to get locked up and should get taken down here. Gemini going to find that kill. That's the start for Machi. Mediocre choices are now good choices because of the lead that they're bringing to the table.
They're going to do it again.
Oh, we're going to interrupt there. Koala has just used the ult to stop the initial charge coming through, but he may cost him his life, so he's going to give up some gold and some pressure in the mid lane. Exchange for a life of his own, but the tower will still drop, and now Jensen is looking for the cheeky 1v2. Mission leaping forward, trying to get a bit of damage down, but Brox is here for the backup. Any damage at all connects, and he'll be put to sleep instantly. Brox is looking for the follow-up. That's going to be one sleepy Kassadin. Nope! Now he's going to go to sleep, and now the finish comes through. TL, again, Jensen unstoppable tells you everything you need to know.
And you can see it run to Impact. This is Machi's moment. This is the play that they have because bot lane is owned by TL.
Taunt already coming through. The kickback, though, not quite going the way that they wanted to go, but ooh, going to predict the flash coming in from Impact, and maybe they can finish this one, but that's Spirit's Refuge. That's the Bard ult now coming in. They are going to be able to finish that kill. It costs them damn near everything, but that's at least something back for Machi.
Yeah, and the wave is coming in, so they may be able to tie up the tower, but TL can push this all the way through and get some damage onto mid-tower. But also, if you do play the side lanes, all those globals that you just talked about.
That's going to be the lockup. That's going to be the follow-up CC. Big ulti to finish. Tactical going to find one. They're going to look to make it two as the scatter of the week goes across the backside. Bruce is next. Cktg out for blood, and PK now running for the hills. Broxa off to the side. 1v1ing the Kassadin. Not a good sign for Machi. TL taking their time with this one, but it's feeling like a done deal. They say you can't believe it's not butter. You can believe it's not butter. Broxa can't believe it's not over already. The kills are now coming through. Koala going to get taken out here. The Ignite to finish it off. Will get burned down. Cktg now on a killing spree. 3-0-5. Only 2 deaths on the team, and they're coming in from Impact, and it took 4 members from Machi both times to do it. Impact and the rest of TL could look to end the game right here. A small amount of risk in that proposition, but with PK getting locked up now, not so much anymore. That's all the engage options down, all eyes on Mission, but he doesn't really have the damage to close this one out. TL, though, running out of minions quickly. Will be able to grab at least 1 tower. Stun now going in. Cktg going to have to back off of that one. Maybe, just maybe, Mission can start to turn this one. Have they overstayed? Bruce stepping forward, slowly chipping away, slowly whittling them down, but that's going to be Sleepy, and that's going to be a tactical leaping forward, but he will get taken down by the Kassadin. Gemini on the backside, Koala coming forward, big ult going down. Cktg locked up, most certainly will fall here. here. Spear going in. CoreJJ living for way too long, with the shutdown will come in. TL will now back off.
Okay, Gemini may continue to chase, but I think he's relatively low health. So good news for Machi fans from TL.
Yeah, they don't really have a ton of sustained damage here. Brock's obviously going to chip away at it pretty rapidly, but a lot of that max health damage is heavily capped against Baron. Ult coming out, though, is going to make things difficult. Will force TL away, but will not set them up to steal. And meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Impact just continues.
Now they're pulling Impact in.
Should be pretty easy to finish off. TP coming in.
This will be the last stand for Machi.
They're running forward. Mission, though, just getting chunked out before the fight even starts. The arrow is there. 3K getting lower. Team Liquid, though, holding. They know they can't pull the trigger. They know they can't burst this one. If they just walk away, there's no chance for Machi to get it.
Especially with Syndra's not in the pit. If Jensen was in the pit, maybe TL could look to burst it because Syndra's damage would be so hard to outdo here.
They're holding it low. They have Kassadin. I don't know how many stacks he has on that TP, but they could potentially look to take this one away.
Look at the base. One Nexus Tower is very heavily damaged as CoreJJ.
Leaping forward, the stun is going to catch him out. Bruce is going to flash over the wall. They're buying a bit more space. With the Baron off the table, TL are still very far ahead in terms of these fights. Leaps out. Pressure in the mid lane. Creeps collapsing. TL can turn right back to the Baron. They can take the Cloud. They can take whatever they want on the back of this one.
And Machi actually managed to survive here. Stalling out the Baron. They did 3 ultimates, Bard, Ornn, and Ashe ultimate, and then walk bottom.
Kick back. Jensen in the middle of the team. Maybe they can get the follow, but they don't really have the damage quite yet. Koala going to get one tap, but not quite. The shutdown now onto Jensen. That's big. Koala dying to creeps, though. Bruce taken out as well. Broxah just sweeping through the entire team. He's just too fast to be dodged out on. They're going to close that up pretty easy. Kassadin on the flank, maybe wanting to get something done. There's so many low health bars. Mission. On a mission. Trying to find the flank, but it's looking like it might already be over. CoreJJ ready to instantly stun the second Kassadin leaps forward.
You also have the Stand United about to come up on Impact, and if they're not keeping perfect information about that cooldown, Mission might not even try to risk this. And because it's Kassadin, it's not like he can clear out or contest these waves. TL can just force the game down. There's not much Mission can do.
The splash taunt connects perfectly for Impact. That should be the game, but TL still want to grab a few more kills just to make it a little bit sweeter as they have to wait out in the next game, but that's going to do it. TL, an unbelievable victory against Suning, and now a commanding win against Machi. TL will take their time here, knowing that the miracle run is alive, that the tiebreaker could secure them away out of groups, and now TL, the biggest G2 fans in the world, as they pray for an EU win.
JBO Việt Nam, đỉnh cuối đỉnh. JBO Việt Nam, đỉnh cuối đỉnh. Truy cập ngay jbovn.com.